Thank you. Thank you for organizers of this event. It's amazing to get us together and discuss what is happening. Oxfam is a humanitarian and development organization has been working in Palestine since the 1950s. We have currently 32 staff in Gaza, 4 of them in northern Gaza, where we see this ethnic cleansing taking place right now. We're working with partners to alleviate the suffering. We have reached close to 1 million people with water, food assistance, shelter, hygiene kits and other, necessary, but it's a bleeding wound, and what we're doing is important, but not important enough. Our staff, our partners are witnessing with their own eyes the horrors taking place, how Israel is using starvation as a weapon of war, how Israel deliberately are targeting water, health, and food infrastructures, civilian infrastructures, undermining the survival of the Palestinian people. It's the deliberate attacks that we see. We have, as Oxfam in Gaza, been since the very beginning of this crisis. We have been demanding a ceasefire, and we say now it's ethnic cleansing taking place, and we see that a genocide is what we're calling it from many other organizations with special knowledge like Amnesty on this. What I'd like to do here is also to draw the attention to what is happening at the West Bank. In the shadow of the horrors taking place in Gaza, over the last year or more, what is happening in the West Bank is undermining the very future of a Palestinian state and people. We have seen Israel illegally annexing more areas, particularly in the Area C areas in the West Bank. We have seen more settlements, expansions than ever before, and we have seen more killings than in the recent years in the West Bank, linked to settlements protected by Israeli military. We see an alarming rate of expansion, and we see that, in West Bank, we see a system which is similar to the South African apartheid system, where rights are depending on your nationality, your ethnicity, where we increasingly seeing implemented legal and administrative measures undermining the viability of a Palestinian state and violating on a daily basis the rights of Palestinian people. I had the opportunity in May to visit the West Bank and East Jerusalem, and meeting farmers who saw their attacked by settlers, had their crops and equipment destroyed, and I saw the construction of roads only for Jewish people. This division of rights. It's a horror that this is ongoing. It is clear. Israel's occupation of the West Bank, of East Jerusalem, of Gaza is unlawful and has to stop. And if we do not act now, not only in Gaza, also in the West Bank and East Jerusalem, there will soon be nothing left of Palestine or its people. And how do we do that? What's the best way for freedom, rights, and justice? What can we do as third parties, as spectators? How can we avoid sitting in 2014 and say we didn't do anything when our kids look at us? The best thing we can do in Denmark, I think, is to clamp down on what Israel is doing by supplying arms to Israel. We must stop Danish, European, international arms supply. Equally important, we must stop investments in Israeli settlements, and we must stop working with investors who are supplying financial support to the continued expansion of the settlements. And thirdly, we must end trading with companies active in the Israeli settlements. Denmark needs to become a voice for international accountability. We need to hold Israel to account. We need to use the EU and other forums to stop our complicity in what is going on, in order to be able to look our kids into their eyes 15 years from now and say, we did our best to end the genocide. Thank you very much.